Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Carol here at Oak House Journals. A few weeks ago I showed you some stamps that I had got from Craspire. I've been looking for a while for some nice wax seal stamps. I have a few in my collection, but I wanted to treat myself to a new one, and I kept on seeing Craspire come up as the name of a company that makes some lovely stamps. So I decided to head over to their website, and as truth be told, I couldn't resist. They have a wonderful selection of wax seals, and I ended up getting a few, but in the video, and the link will be down below showing what I purchased, I did promise I'd come back and show you me using them. So very quickly, these are the stamps that I bought. This one is, I'm not sure if you can see, this one is like a Victorian terrarium. This one is a sprig of foliage. This one is a starburst, which I thought was really pretty and quite magical, whimsical. And then I also bought this one, which is one of the brass rods, and it's got a tiny little maple leaf in there, and you can get these that are have a stamp at both ends, but I particularly wanted this one because it hasn't got one there, because I want to use these for just doing plain stamps, and I'll explain that to you in a moment. This is one that isn't a Craspire wax seal, and as you can see, this is just a plain base like the reverse of the rod. Now I use this one quite a lot, but I wanted one that was smaller, and I'll show you the difference between the two in just a moment or two. So I got these off Craspire and their website, and I have to say I was really impressed by the quality. These are good heavyweight seals, brass seals. The images are perfectly cut and the handles are amazing, absolutely amazing. So I got those, and I also got these octagon wax pellets to try. I've not used these before, so I thought it'd be great to try these, and these are in three colours mixed in here, and they sent it with one of the spoons. Now I already have one of these. As I say, I do dabble with playing with wax seals. I love it, but be warned, I'm no expert at all. But I already have one of these spoons, and I have to say I was thrilled when I got another one, for the simple reason that through my knowledge, I have found that these spoons are more or less the best that you can get. There are a load of decorative ones on the market, but it seems that these are the better ones to have. They don't have a pouring lip, but you don't actually need that. So I was thrilled when Craspire sent me another one. So that's that. So I've been playing, as you can see down here, with wax seals. Well, this isn't wax, and let me just start. In my Raining Woods journal, I had a go a wee while ago of putting a wax seal on this page. Now, this seal was supposed to be absolutely clear, and I bought some wax granules that were transparent and were supposed to stay transparent when they were heated. And as you can see, this has come out really, really milky. And one of my subscribers, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember your name, and I really should have checked this morning, suggested that I try using glue with a hot glue gun. So I have it off here to one side, and these are what I actually managed to produce. Now I am thrilled with these because they are so much clearer than the granules that I use that are supposed to be transparent. Now look at that, it looks beautiful. It's clear enough for me to see the image. This is a little dry flowered head in there, and I created that using this one. But I wanted, as I say, I wanted a lot smaller one to try, so I am going to be using the reverse end of that brass rod. So I was absolutely thrilled with how these turned out with just flower heads in there. Aren't they lovely? Then I had a go at just putting some glitter in, and I hope that's going to pick up. This is just some cheap iridescent glitter, and I'll show you what glitter I've used. It's this fine glitter, iridescent glitter by Dough Crafts Paper Mania. Cheap as chips. I think I got it from the range or Hobbycraft here in the UK. I particularly like it because it has this sprinkler little top to it. You can unscrew the whole thing if you want to and take it off, but I particularly like it because it's got this sprinkler top, like a sugar sprinkler, so you can control how much you tip out, which is really nice. And then this one was, I just happened to have left over on my desk a vellum snowflake that I'd been chopping out and using them on the Christmas tags, and I was playing with this glue and I thought, oh, I'll just try that. Now, I mean, please ignore it. This is a terrible seal because of the air bubbles in it. But as I say, I'm not an expert at this. I'm just practicing. I'm just learning. It's off center and everything. But I was pleased. I really liked how that image looked, and I like using hot glue to get this look. This is the very first one I tried, and I put a bit of Avril twine through it as well, and a bit of glitter, as you can see. Yeah, it's very irregular. It doesn't matter. Well, I don't think it matters, because what I actually thought I could do is actually pop a couple of these vellum holly leaves behind it, and that kind of would give a nice little image. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, not in my world, it doesn't. So I thought I would have a go. I will be using these in a moment, and I will be trying all of these seals in a moment, but I just thought I would have a go and do this on camera so that you can see. Now, as I say, I've got my hot glue gun here off to one side. It is switched on, and these are just bog standard glue sticks that you can buy in any craft store. As you can see, I've got loads tucked away here in this pencil case, and these are just standard hot glue sticks, and you do need quite a few actually, because it uses quite a lot of glue. I have here a piece of baking paper. Now, you could use parchment. Some people use silicone mats. It would work really well. This is a glass mat underneath here, and I could do this process either with wax or with the wax beads directly onto the glass mat, because it's heat resistant, so that would work. But for the sake of today, I'm doing it on this baking paper. And again, it's just bog standard baking paper. This came, as you can see, it's for kitchen use, for baking cakes, biscuits, bread, and much more. It's use for lining baking trays, etc., and cake tins when stuff goes in the oven. And this one probably came from Tesco's or Sainsbury's or somewhere like that. So I thought I would give it a try and see how we get on and take it from there. Now, what I thought I would do, I've got here a vellum holly leaf. Now, this is a little bit big. I've got these little ones here off to one side. I'm going to go with the bigger one. Let's go with the big one. Let's live on the dangerous side. And I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this, because it's going to be white on white. So first things first, I need to get a good helping of hot glue on my piece of parchment paper. And I'm just going to put some more on there, because that's quite a big leaf. Is that right? Is that going to go through? Let's try, see if I can get some more out. Okay, managed to do it with that one stick. So there's my globule. I'm not rushing. You don't have to rush with this. And I'm just going to lay my piece of vellum on the top very, very carefully. And then I've got my seal and I'm just going to pop that down on top and leave it alone. And it's roughly circular. I have got air bubbles in there because my glue gun actually has been sitting here switched on for quite a while. So it's probably been warming my glue a little bit too much, but I'm okay with that. Now I'm just going to leave this to settle. It's not quite ready to come off yet. I did try one a little bit earlier. The postman came to the door. So this is one that I tried probably about an hour ago, and as you can see, slightly smaller holly leaf in there, and it's on my baking paper, and it will come off. You just have to kind of tease it off, peel it off gently, and it will come off. This is quite thin stuff as well. Probably would have been better to have got it off a bit sooner. And there we have it. I have got paper on the back here, so this one is not going to look clear to you guys. But I'm quite happy with that. I could actually just dampen the back. As you can see, I have got some of that parchment paper on there because I left it a bit too long. Vellum works quite well actually, but what I would do is I just wet that and rub it over with my finger and it would come off, but that's only because I'd want a clearer look than what I've already got, but I'd be quite pleased with that. Let's see if this one is ready to come off. There we go. And there she is there. And let's just take this one off as well. It actually works quite well on a glass mat. As I say, doing them on a glass mat, they really do just pop off the glass mat. And because the mat is cold, this is, there we go, pulling some parchment paper, only a little bit off the back. Yeah, it's broken paper, but there again you can see, yeah, I quite like those. They're quite sweet. And that is trapped in there, and that would be quite nice on the back of an envelope, or if you wanted to attach it to a page. I've seen people use double-sided tape, or glue dots are really good. Permanent glue dots, they work really well. So let's get cracking. Let's have a go using this one and see how this one comes out. Now I'm not going to put anything in this one because these leaves are too big, as you can see. This is about 1/2 inch across, whereas this one's a good 1.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my glitter ready, and I'm going to try putting some glitter in. And where's the glue stick? Got one there. I've got a tea light off to one side of me here, which I'm trying to just make sure I don't set the place on fire. So here we go again. I'm going to turn this at an angle so that you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, my glue gun wants me to do it from this angle for some reason. Sorry guys, I'm having to press quite hard. There we go. Put that down. The nice thing about all of this is you do not have to worry. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of glitter on the top. And then let's put our seal down. I've probably got a bit too much glue there, but I don't mind. Okay, so whilst that's drying, I am just, or cooling. I'm just going to switch off my glue gun. And I thought that what I would do now is I've got a little tea light off to one side here. And I thought I would have a go with some of these granules. So I'm going to try 3 of, there's like 3 colours in here. So I'm just going to put that to melt there. So I've got like a rich green, almost like an emerald green, and then there's beautiful olive green, and then I know right down at the bottom, let me turn that up, turn it over, there's some dark green ones in there as well. So nice selection of greens. So let's lift this off. Oh, that's worked really well, that came off beautifully. And there's my little seal. Yeah, this parchment paper is a little bit too thin, but this one's coming off. Oh, look at this, how perfect. Oh, that's great. I'm really, really pleased with that. Can you see the glitter in it, guys? Oh, that is so cute. Now, if I had a little tiny snowflake, actually a little tiny star in the centre of that would be lovely. Some little, I've got some stars. I know I shall use those in future. Oh, great. That, I'm really pleased with that, and just shows what that worked out even better than this one, didn't it? Because of the weight and everything. Oh, fantastic. So, okay, let's use that one again, but use the wax on it. So, I've got my wax melting here. And this is where I really should be able to edit, so I'm sorry about that, guys. But what I will do, whilst that's doing that, is when I did my creations boxes, I put goodies in an envelope like this, and this was a reject because I scrunched all the paper. But I thought I would show how I did these, and these are really, really easy to do. So off to one side here I have another envelope, just a black envelope. I have a piece of vellum, printed vellum, and this time I decided that I would use that image. And I also have some Avril twine. So in a moment I am going to have a go at putting some wax on there, but I'm just going to test out these seals first. Now I've just melted my wax here, so I'm going to have a go at pouring a little piece onto my parchment there. I'm going to put that back on there because very quickly put some more granules in there to melt, and then I'm going to try this one. No, I'm not. I'm going to try one of the bigger ones. So this one is, I probably haven't got enough wax here. No, I haven't. So I won't get a good impression on this one, everybody. Sorry about that. I really need, I think, 4 granules, 4 of those little octagon thingy-me-bobbies in there to get a perfect seal in terms of wax coming round the outside of my seal. But as I say, I'm not an expert at any of this. I'm just learning, so thank you for bearing with me. That 3 octagons probably would have been enough for this little one, but not for these bigger ones. Now these are about 1 inch in size, so let's see if this one's set. Oh wow, again, look at that. I am loving, I mean, this imprint is absolutely gorgeous. It's worked really well. The fact that it isn't a complete circle is my fault because I didn't put enough wax on there. But look at that image. If I had put more wax on there, that would have been a lovely image. So it just shows how beautifully these are carved, and that there is a, excuse me, quite a good depth there. So as you can see, this one I've put 4 in there, so we'll try 4, and let's try one of the other ones this time and see how we get on with those. So that's that one, that's that one. Oh, this is exciting. I just need to be able to edit, guys, to speed this melting bit up a bit better, don't I, really? We're almost there. It doesn't take too long. So what I'm going to do whilst that's doing that is I am going to just get some Avril twine. I'm just going to move that to one side, and I'm just going to tie some Avril twine, or find a length of Avril twine and tie it round my envelope. Okay, so that's melted, so let's get cracking with this. It's like doing 2 jobs at once here, isn't it? So here we go, let's pour it. I'm going to get some more granules. Pop them on there like so. And let's try the terrarium this time. Still missed it again with the shape. I obviously need a lot more practice at this, guys, don't I? So I've just got my Avril twine and I'm tying it, as you can see, on my envelope here. And I'm just going to try and position it on my envelope. Put my little piece of printed vellum. Let's get back in frame for you to see. I'm just going to put my little piece of printed vellum behind it, like so. And that is all good to go. Let's move that up actually quite a bit more. And I'm going to have a go at pouring on this one. So I'm just going to put that down there to hold that. I'm going to lift that. Oh wow, look at this one as well, guys. Just look at that. Oh, that is gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to use the starburst on this one. So I'm going to go for it. So fingers crossed. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So I've got my piece of vellum behind my thread, and I'm just going to pour over my thread. I'll put my seal down. Fingers crossed, everybody, fingers crossed. Let's try for a different colour here. Let's try for mixing 2 of the green and 2 of the emerald ones and see what that looks like. I'm just going to just wipe the bottom. I've got a little bit of, that's just a baby wipe I've used for that. And I'm just going to pop that off to one side. Guys, I have to say, I am so happy with the quality of these prints because, as I say, I am such a novice at all of this, and yet those have come out beautiful. If I can just get the quantity of wax right, then I can get a good circular impression. So fingers crossed. This one I know won't be a circular impression, but hopefully... Wow, look at that one as well. I have to say the quality of these stamps are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, how nice would that have looked had I done that in the white granules like I did? This was white sealing wax actually, and this was just normal cotton, nothing special. And as you can see, I didn't even get a decent impression on that one. But I have to say, I love the impression here, and I don't mind that it's irregular. I quite like that. Wow, yeah, I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased. Yeah, it does need, for me, I need to practice more at things like this to get it right. But I'm quite happy with having a little play. It really floats my boat to have a little play. So let's see if I can get this terrarium one any better. Let's see if I can do that, and then we'll have a go at the maple leaf, shall we? And do that in the green. In fact, what I'll try and do is find, whilst that's melting, I will try and get down to the bottom of the granules and get some of the dark green and get some of those out as well, because I like the look of those. There we go. Okay, so fingers crossed. Come on, we're going to get a perfect one this time. We're going to go for perfect. Okay, you hear the concentration happening here. Well, it hasn't poured. I think, if I remember right, I read somewhere that they said that you had to pour high. So I'm going to put some more granules in. Okay, fingers crossed, everybody. Let's see how we get on with this one. So. Ooh, well, at least I've got wax all the way around that one. That's good. That's good. That's a little bit more positive. The other thing that, another tip that somebody said, or I saw on YouTube, was if you mark, sorry, I'm off camera again. If you mark the top of your seal with a Sharpie, then you know when you're actually not doing it on parchment or vellum like I am, or even baking powder, that you know where the top of your seal is. So for example, if I was doing that in my Raining Woods journal, I would know that that mark denotes the top, so I could be stamping in the right direction. So that was a good tip, I thought. Let's see if this is OMG. Right, okay, so I'm going to do that with the terrarium and mark the top, because I will be having a go, not today, but at some stage using these. So that one's marked at the top as well for me. But look at this one. Look at that one. That's quite nice with the mix of colours, isn't it? So we'll have another go at that one. Oh, what should we use? Now I've put 4 granules, or 4 of those octagons, in the little burner here, so I can't do that one with this little one because I think I'll have too much wax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 of the dark green in the other spoon that I have, and we will try that one in just 1 second. So we've done the terrarium. Oh, let's do the starburst again. Now I'm not quite sure which way round this one should go, but I will mark it so that I know. Let's mark it so that that is the top. Sorry, go off camera. Spend my life off camera, don't I, guys? So let's have a go at this one. So where's my mark? There it is. And now all I've done is I've used just a normal Sharpie. So that's my wax. I'm going to put the other one on with my 3 in. And let's try pouring from higher this time and see if I can get a better circle. It's quite runny, this wax. Oh, that's a better circle. Ooh, liking this one. Fingers crossed, guys. So I'm just going to wipe my spoon. Ouch, that was hot. Yep, don't burn your fingers, everybody. It's hot. So here we go. Fingers crossed. Oh, almost got it all in. There must be a knack to putting the seal down. I think I was watching a compilation the other day, and I think they gave it a little bit of a circular wiggle as they put it down. Obviously I needed to on this one because I've got probably about 5mm there where it's not caught the wax, but it doesn't matter, I'm learning. So the other thing that I see people doing is they have pens that they can highlight the image. Now, as you can see, one of my stamps that I've got is a C, and when I did it with those clear granules, which obviously aren't clear, you just couldn't see the C at all. So I tried using some treasure gold on it because I had this in my stash, and I used a paintbrush on it, and it didn't really work particularly well. But I tried it again, because practice makes perfect, on this little one, but this time I used my finger. All I did was I opened it up, put a tiny dab of the treasure gold on my finger, and let's find one. True to form, I haven't got one. Like here, I've just rubbed it over the top of my stamp, and the treasure gold on my finger was enough to highlight what I've done. Now let me show you that in more detail, and oh wow, again. So look, if you just highlight it over the top, you can actually highlight your image, and it comes out a lot better. So I was quite pleased with that. And then let me just do this one. Right, try pouring it from higher. So I'm about 1 inch off my parchment paper, and I'm just holding it in the center and just trying to, it's going oval. It's gone oval. Uh-oh. Never mind. Right, I'm going to put some more granules in there quickly whilst that's just settling itself. And that one has definitely gone for a burn. Oh no. So let's put our little thingammy-bobby jibby in there. Oh, this is going to be definitely a weird shape one. Absolutely. So where was I? Yes. So I used the mica powder like that, just rubbing it over the top of the image. And that worked really well. So I like that. I wouldn't bother using a paintbrush. The other thing I tried was using a Sharpie. So again, this is one where I've used a blue Sharpie, and I thought I would try it with one of these. So this is the one that I've just done. And all I'm doing is just rubbing the Sharpie over the top. To see how it works. And yeah, it kind of works. I think the treasure gold, where's my glasses? Because I'm not doing this with my glasses on. I think the treasure gold, I'm just going to lift that off a minute or two. It seems as if it's a little bit hot. Lift this one off. Oh, everything's happening. Oh, wow. Wow, everybody. Oh, gosh. Don't know where to go first. Hang on. Let me do my Sharpie first. Okay, so I think this does work. Not as impressed with it as the treasure gold. That's the Sharpie. I'd probably forget the Sharpie myself. But I do like the treasure gold on that leaf. And look at this, everybody. Look at that maple leaf impression. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm going to have another go at that one. I love it. I just love it. So let's see if we can do this. Maybe if I pour it slower, maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Oops-a-daisy. Pour it slower, Carol. Pour it slower. Yeah, pouring it slower seems to be the way. And high. I have got a lot of now the minute I've left it. Maybe I'll try one in just 1 second on my mat, on my glass mat, and see how I get on with that. But let's try this. Oh, wow. Now I know I haven't got a pin. I have got, yes I have, I've got an air bubble there, so I'm just going to pop that. You can't see it on camera, but I can. I saw somebody else do this the other day, and they popped their air bubble. So I've popped mine. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time, and this must be like watching paint dry for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple in my melting pot. Whilst that's melting, I'm going to play with my treasure gold on this leaf down here and just touch it. Now this is quite a small image and I've got quite a big finger, guys, so you have to bear with me. But yeah, that looks lovely. I'm liking that. Somebody also said to me that instead of using glitter, you can use mica powder. So sprinkle that on your in your wax, and that looks nice. So I've got some of this Suet Pearl Pigments, Suet Green Luster. Now I know this is mica based, so I thought I might try that another time. Not today, but I thought I might try it another time. And it's not quite ready to come off yet. Ooh, I can see I'm going to be switching the camera. Oh, wow, I just love the quality of these. Honestly, the quality of these images. Now, if somebody was half good at doing these, they would end up with some amazing stamps. This one I've just touched with my finger with the treasure gold, and that looks lovely. As I say, I've got big fingers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the decks, because I'm going to have a go, rather than doing it on this parchment, I am going to have a go at doing one on my mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move you to one side, guys. There you go. You can see what's going on at the side here, all my mess. So I'm going to have a go at doing one on my mat here and see if that works better, because this is how I normally do it, and this is nice and cold. with it being a glass mat. And I'm just going to see if I can get, you see it's working a little bit better. This was just 2 of those granules. And here's my little maple leaf. Oh, you're still off camera. Sorry guys. Sorry. Bring you down a little bit so you can see what's happening. And let's see if I can get a perfect stamp to finish off with. Okay, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So I have here, well, I did say it was going to be the last one of the day, but I do have here, let's do this. I have, what colour do we want to do? I'll do it in the dark green again, because I'm quite liking this dark green. I have to say, I love these colours. I love them. So I've got a little book here of some handmade papers. I'm just going to pull one off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and encapsulate this feather. So I've got my wax. Sorry, everything's off camera now. Let's pull this one off. Guys. Oh my days. Woo! I am thrilled. Look, I cut it all in. I've got wax going around the edge of the image. Wonderful. Oh wow, I am thrilled with that. Look at that. Oh, now I want one like that on here. I don't think we're going to get it by any means, but I'm going to move you across and let's give it a go. Because if all else fails, it doesn't matter. I can always do them like this and stick them on. And actually that feather is a little bit small, so I've got a bigger one. I've got a bigger one here. So I'm going to pop that on there. Now, I've never done anything like this before, so the idea is to get something like that. Hang on. Like that. I'm going to have to hold that feather down because it's got a bit of a spring to it. So, okay, here we go, guys. Let's see if we can finish. I should have finished now whilst I managed to get one like that, shouldn't I, to show you. But let's see if we can get a perfect one for this one and see how it goes. So I'm trapping my feather. I'm hoping my wax is cold enough. It certainly, for me, works better on the glass mat. For some reason, it's obviously colder. So now I'm not going to get a perfect circle here because obviously I'm pouring over the top of a feather. So we shall have to just cross our fingers with this one. But let's see how it goes. Okay, so I've got my leaf and down we go. Now I'm just supporting it because obviously it's over the quill of the feather. And fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So I have to say I've done the best I can with these wax stamps. I have to say I am thrilled with them, and as I said, anybody that is half decent at using wax stamps would love these, I'm sure, because I certainly have loved the quality of the impressions that they have given me. The weight obviously helps, so that is a key thing. And certainly this little brass rod, which is very heavy because it's solid brass, is amazing. Okay, here we go. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that, guys. Look, look, look. I know it's not perfect, but I'm still happy with that. I'm still happy. That's fine for me. And it just encourages me to play all the more, because I know that the more I play at this, the better I will be at judging the amount of wax I need. Now, I knew this one was going to be a difficult pour because it's over something that is not smooth and raised. But obviously what I have learned is that when I have used this parchment, this baking paper previously, I haven't had it on a piece of thick cardstock. I've had it on my mat, my glass mat. I've just had this on top of that. So obviously it is picking the cold up of the glass mat, whereas this is providing some insulation. And it was obviously helping me when I was pouring it on here get a better pour by cooling down my wax for me. Whereas here, it wasn't quite doing that. So I wasn't getting a circular pour, especially with these ones that I tried. So that, I think, is what was happening there. And the other thing is, for me, I have not used these before. I have used, you can get wax in rods like this, and I've just been snipping off what I need. And I got pretty good at judging the amount I needed. So for me, it just takes a little bit of trial and error and practice to get to know how many of these I need to use on the different size of seals. So I know for sure now that I need 2 of those for this little 1/2-inch brass rod. I certainly need at least 3 of these for this size, which is 1 inch, and I need 4 for this bigger one. So you see, I'm learning. So I've had a great time today. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed it too, and enjoyed this little journey of mine. But what I do have to say is thank you to Craspire, because I love their stamps. And as I say, the variety that they had on their website was amazing. I will be going back there for more, because I do love the quality of what they provided with these. And they weren't any more expensive than ones I've seen other company wax seals elsewhere. What I will say though is that whilst you can get the Craspire wax stamps on Amazon and also at BB Crafts as well, and you know I like BB Crafts, you can get them there. You haven't got the range or selection. So I will put down the website link for Craspire, so that if you're interested, you can go over there and be prepared to spend some time. So thanks so much, everybody, for letting me play today and for joining me. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.